Hello my loves and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 3. Welcome back to, oh look at it, Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. Now, I need to get my souls back because I was murdered by that thing. That thing. We don't need to kill it here. It's really difficult to fight here and we're not really at the level yet where we should fight it. Don't need to. There are two of them in Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. Just go through here, and it can't get past the magical barrier. Haha! You see it rebound off? Can't kill it here. It will teleport out. But that's okay. We will get to kill it a little later. This is one of the monsters that a lot of people cite as kind of evidence that Dark Souls and Bloodborne are interlinked mythologically. It's called Sullivan's Beast, that creature, and if you look at it, it's a human being, or rather it was a human being once upon a time, that has been twisted and corrupted into a bestial form by the influence of Pontiff Sullivan, by some dark blood ritual. Sound familiar? Yeah, Irithyll and Yharnam are very, very similar. A lot of the people who once inhabited Irithyll have become either undead or twisted into bestial forms. Interesting, eh? Especially considering that Sullivan doesn't come from this world. Right? Sullivan comes from the painted world of Ariandel and could have potentially gone to other worlds as well. Right? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this is Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. It's one of the more civilized, or once was, one of the more civilized areas of this world. It's really beautiful. Very different from a lot of the other environments you find in Dark Souls. It's slightly more... it's slightly less medieval feeling. It's got a slightly Victorian edge to it, or rather more Georgian. It's really interesting. Of course, that doesn't stop it from being bloody lethal. These things are pains. The Irithyll Knights are absolute pains. These are the Pontiff Sullivan's bodyguards, and they fight using a style of magic that is from the Painted World. It's why everything is frosty and icy as well. It's Sullivan's influence. Oh fuck, he's gonna... Ah! Look at the frost damage that he's done. I tell you what, before we do this, let's go back down to the Smouldering Lake. Let's go back down to the Smouldering Lake because there's stuff that we need to do down there. And we are now equipped to do it. We're now equipped to do it. Right, so what we need to do is make that trek up to where the ballista is, and we need to kill all the creatures around it, and we need to turn it off, which will make the Smouldering Lake that much more easy. Hello, it's a groove! But of course now we have a wonderful great weapon. We have Volmir's Blade, which will make this so much more easy. And also we're just a little bit higher level now, so this is going to be a lot easier than it was before, which is nice. I tell you what, the Great Blade here makes all the difference, because I was using my Irithyll straight sword before, which it just allowed these things to get too close. That's the problem. It just allowed them to get too close because of the style of fight. With a Great Blade, it's much easier. I mean, Volmir's sword is brilliant. It's got all the qualities of a Great Blade, but it's very light. I mean, they tend to be really heavy, obviously. You need a high strength stat to wield them. But Volmir's Blade is fantastic. Ah, there's one of the bull demons from Dark Souls 1. Very, very cool. There's a couple of things we need to do down here, actually. Don't need to bother with the Black Knight. We've done all that shenanigans. We just need to turn the ballista off. And then get whatever items are around up there. The ballista itself is enormous. It's this gigantic engine. And it looks like there are the corpses of giants nearby. It looks like it may be a holdover from Drangleic, or from the war between the giants and Drangleic. Which is very cool, isn't it, in Dark Souls 2? One of the last surviving relics from that time, maybe. And from that cycle of reality. Quite a few giants left behind. In fact, there are lots of... There's more left behind here from Dark Souls 1 and 2 than there is from in Dark Souls 2 from Dark Souls 1. It's really strange. I mean, this area for one. This is all Irithyll as it once was. Of course, twisted, broken and transformed now, but Irithyll still. Right, Dark Knight, I don't need to bother with him. Nope. Not today, my dear. Although, I can take him down much easier now I've got a great weapon. Not going to bother with it though, because I've got... Ow! Oh, you bastard. God, that was a cheap shot. But I've got some nastier enemies to take down up here. Those Carthus skeleton guys are up here. The sort of ninja Carthus skeletons that are really difficult. There's a couple of them up here, and they are very tough. But I've got the means of taking them out now. I've got the Chaos Orb, which is a fantastic pyromancy, and will stand us in good stead. Right, need to be very quick to avoid being blatted by the ballista. There we are. Now the wheel skeletons next. Oh god, it's still it's having a good go, isn't it? I love the way this game is enhanced by having played Dark Souls 1 and 2. You recognise certain elements and areas that are carried over between the games, and it just enhances the ethos and mythology of this game. It's wonderful. Hello, you! Aha! I love the way they fall over. Down he goes. They're okay as long as you get them one at a time. It's when they all come at once. That's when, like in that area in Dark Souls 1, when you reach the Catacombs and there's an area that's just full of them. Just before you fight Pinwheel, there are hundreds of them. When I first played Dark Souls 1, I got stuck down there. I went down there first, which was a mistake, and just got stuck. I just couldn't get out. And in the end what I had to do was fight them all, fight Pinwheel, and do all of that before I'd done anything else in the entire game. It was a pain. I love these guys. I love that they just stood there staring at the rock. It's like, what are you doing? What's so fascinating about the rock over there? They are very comical, the skeletons in this game. I don't know why, they just are. There's something very amusing about them. It's a shame you don't get to encounter Nito in this game, like this universe's version of Nito, because unfortunately Nito is one of the many gods that's been devoured by Aldrich, as you'll see later when we encounter him. I mean, Aldrich is like this, because Aldrich has devoured so many of the old gods, he's kind of like this polyglot force. He's got elements of all of them. He's got attacks from Nito and Priscilla and Gwendolyn all together, as well as his own, you know? He's a nasty piece of work, is Aldrich. One of the nastier bosses in this game. Always gives me trouble. Always takes a long time to beat. See, with the Great Blade and with this Chaos magic, these guys are easy, whereas before they were slaughtering us. Still got to be careful about them though. They are still... You've got to be cautious. If you get overconfident with them, they will blat you every single time. For God's sake, don't try to take them down together. It's a recipe for disaster. It really is. Gotcha! Excellent. You see, this Chaos Flame, it not only does better damage than your normal pyromancers, it does double damage. Look. Because it puts that pool of lava on the ground. It's brilliant. Fantastic. Right, there's the ballista up there. It's huge. Look at it. That is so from Dark Souls 2, isn't it? That is such... It's the kind of weapon that the giants used in Dark Souls 2, right? But we can turn it off now. So it won't target us, which is really rather lovely. And if you look over there at the back, there are corpses of giants. So this has probably been running for centuries, beyond centuries, because it would have been here. They're the giants, look. How cool is that? So it would have been running for beyond millennia. So now we can actually explore the Smouldering Lake without getting blatted 3 ways from Sunday. Really cool. And of course the Smouldering Lake is the Ash Lake. It's the remains of the Ash Lake from Dark Souls 1. And now you could... It's a really despairing look at what's happening in the metaphysics of this universe, because In Dark Souls 1, the Ash Lake is the kind of the hub of all realities. Each tree represents another reality, another version of Lordran, where things are playing out. Here, they're all burning and dying. All realities are dying. Everything is falling apart. Oh! Yes, Horus! We can go and deal with Horus. He's down here. And sadly, he's gone hollow, which means he's gone mad. Sad, but true. You can fight Henri down here as well, I do believe. She can go hollow and you can fight her down here. But we're not going to allow her to do that. We're actually going to follow a very odd story arc indeed with Henri. Yay! More of that the better. It lets us upgrade weapons like the Irithyll Straight Blade. Come here, you! This one leads you straight into the teeth of Horus, basically. Come here. Oh, come on. Look, there he is. Missed it, goddamn. Oh, don't you disappear on me? No! Oh! Oh well. Let's deal with Horus then. He's not hard. Horus is not difficult. Very, very vulnerable to riposts. Very vulnerable to backstabs. Quite defensive. He's got a good old bit of defense on him, but even that, look, he's not amazing. It's sad though. It's sad that he's gone hollow and that you've got to kill him. I mean, he was one of the children who survived Aldrich. He was going to be sacrificed to Aldrich, him and Henri, and they escaped together. It's very sad. Oh, well, there we go. And we get the Llewellyn shield for that, or the Llewellyn shield. This is difficult to get, especially with that message there. Trying to pick it up is a pain. It's not anything that special even, it's just difficult to get. There we are. Okie dokie, well there's that done. We can now explore the Smouldering Lake without impediment, which is really cool. There's a couple of big monsters we need to kill down here, and a couple of items we need to get as well. I mean, one of the big monsters... Oh, we've met one of them. It's the big worm made of corpses. Which is like, I love it. It's like a, it's like a manifestation of the rot, of the corruption that's happening down here. This big guy over here. You can, if you're canny, when the ballista's active, you can use the ballista to kill it. So you stand in front of it and you let the ballista fire. And if you're quick enough, you can get out of the way and the ballista will hit the worm. But it's a very fiddly, very long-winded way of doing it. It's really not worth doing. And the worm, once you've figured out its movement, it moves in a pattern, the worm. So as soon... Excuse me if there was a cut there, ladies and gents, in the audio. My microphone decided to crap out on me. But there we are. This, you can use this as well. If you can get the ballista to fire here, and it will open this way for you. It's not the only way of doing it. You can actually get in from the top there, so it's not that big a deal, really. It's just a quicker way in. That's all. You can get in quite easily. Now, we can do the worm first, or we can do the boss of this area first. I think I'm going to do the boss first, because the boss is actually easier than the worm, believe it or not. Is there anything over here? Anything that the crabs are protecting? Yeah, these are embered crabs. They're crabs that have got fire in their souls. Really weird. They're much tougher than the crabs that we've already fought, obviously. Oh, the Chaos Gem, that's nice. That allows you to put Chaos Flame on one of your weapons. You can infuse a weapon with Chaos Flame. Very nice. I might do that, actually. I might do that. I mean, you can't do it to special weapons that already have an effect, but you can do it to one of the mundane weapons, and it can make some of them very powerful indeed. Very, very powerful. But for the time being, we're okay. We've got Vomir's sword here, which is amazing. No, can't get in that way. You've got to use the ballista if you want to get in that way. It's alright though, we can come in from the top, it's fine. There's the worm. It's amazing, isn't it? It's made of corpses. Like the interior is all melded together corpses. And it spits lightning at you. I need to use the bonfire before we do anything else, because I need to be at full strength before we take down the boss. I mean, the boss isn't that difficult, actually. It's quite an easy boss, but you do need to be full strength for it. One of the sadder bosses in this game. They're all sad. Every single boss in this game is it has a kind of pathos to it, which I love. Even more so than the previous games, I would say. They're all just like the sad remnants of mythologies that are dying, and this is like the epitome of it. This one, even the way it's framed, watch when we enter the boss's arena, take a look at the way it's framed and the way the music plays, and you'll see that it echoes Gwyn's fight from Dark Souls 1. Even the music does. It has that same note of sadness about it. Right, before we get there though, we need to get past this thing. Which isn't that difficult, actually. It can kill you quite easily, so you need to be careful. But once you know where it goes and what its patterns are, it ain't that hard. Ouch. Ooh, it just grazed us there, and it does do a lot of damage when it does that. Like a lot of damage. Okay, so if we go up here, there's another bonfire, and there's a way down, which is what we need. It's just up this way. Hang on. Nope, this way. Oh, we've got a summon there. That's nice. There's two summons, actually. There's another one down here. It will just keep following the same pattern of attacks and movement pretty much forever. So it's if you've got ranged weaponry or spells or pyromancies, very easy. Very easy indeed. Boom! There we go, that's what we want. There's a summon over there. Right, what are we going to do first? I mean, should we go and explore, or should we do the boss? Let's go and explore. Another area of the catacombs beneath the Smouldering Lake. Need to be quite careful. There's some of those demon monsters down here, the pyromancy demons. But yeah, but there are some good items down here as well, so it's worth doing. Alright, you bastard. Ember, that's always good. Oh, bugger off. Don't need to bother with you. Okay, we'll come back. Right, let's fight the boss. What's that sound? Can you hear that? Oh, it's Night Slayer Saurig, who we fought before. That's cool. He's going to be handy. He's going to be very handy indeed. He's got a very big weapon, as it were. Yeah, he's going to absolutely kick ass against this boss. He could probably take it down on his own, to be perfectly honest. Oh, it's that thing that's making a noise, because it's waiting for me to turn up. And then there's a spellcaster down here, I do believe, of some description. Who be this? Oh, okay, it's one of the, yeah, Great Swamp Culculus, so a pyromancer, I believe, or a wizard of some description. No, it's a pyromancer. Cool. Okay, here we are. Look, it echoes Gwyn. It's the old Demon King. It's one of the last of the demons of Irithyll. And here he is amongst the remnants of his dead kin. He's like got the last of the Chaos Flame inside of him. He's the last monarch of demonkind. Well, rather you assume he is. There is actually another one that's been left over and sealed away at the end of all creation, and we will fight that one a long way from now when we do the Ring City DLC. He's a brilliant monster, love him. But he's so sad, he's so broken. He hasn't even got anything to protect, you know? All of demonkind are all dead, so... And we've killed a lot more of them, actually. He's not that tough, he's really not. And our guys are doing brilliant damage against him, I've got to say. With sorcery, he is absolutely so easy, it's ridiculous. Ow! I mean, he does have some killer attacks. He's got a nasty one that he hasn't done yet, surprisingly, where he calls meteors down, which is a really horrible attack. Nearly dead, bloody hell. Yeah, he starts to falter now. It's really sad, but he can do a really... Oh, he killed me, but they killed him. So, he's dead. Look, the ember goes out. It's okay. Yay! He's dead, so we'll go back. We'll go back and we'll get what we need to get. Happens more often than you'd think, actually, where you die and then the boss dies. So yeah, we can go back and collect our souls and have a look around. His entire arena is just mortuary. There's just dead demons everywhere. The worm is still alive. Must be destroyed. Look, it's beautiful, isn't it? In its own peculiar way. Souls retrieved. I don't think there's anything else in here. It's just, yeah, look, it's just the rest of the Ash Lake. It's almost as though the demons gathered here at some point. When Ezalith, this world's version of Ezalith started to collapse. Didn't help them any, obviously. As I say, there are a few left. There's a couple of demons left in the game. One of which is one of the hardest bosses, not just in this game, but in any of the games. The Demon Prince. The Demon Prince is a bastard of a boss. It took me so many tries to kill that. It's a weird one. It starts off as two bosses. It's two demons that are very powerful in their own rights and very powerful together. Ow. Well, that went well for a start, didn't it? But then it merges together, and depending on what order you kill the demons in, that determines what powers the fused form the Demon Prince actually has. It's quite cool, but it is very difficult. Okay, right. So we've got to watch this thing, and wait for it to settle, wait for it to stop. Then we can do damage to it. When it rears up and does its lightning attack, that's when we can do damage to it, like this. Now is it gonna... Yeah, it's doing its lightning attack. Look at that. This is when you do damage to it, basically. It's tough. It's tougher than the Demon King is. And it takes a bit of doing, but it's not that difficult, and not that dangerous. When you know what its movements are, it's very easy. Oh, it's gonna do it again. That was hardly worth it. Look at the corpses inside of it. How cool is that? Moves so fast. Not many Dark Souls creatures move like that. Very few do, actually. It's very cool, I've got to say. I love it. I wonder what it represents, because it's not of Ezalith. It's not demonic. It's got lightning attacks, and lightning is redolent of Gwyn and his lot. And yet it's obviously made of undead, so I don't know. Don't know where it derives from. Or whether it's a bit more Lovecraftian than that. Maybe it's born of the decay of this universe, who knows? Ow, oh, it got me then. Really did a number on me there. Look at that, that is an amazing attack, that is. And it does a lot of damage. Woohoo, does it. Love the way it burrows, it's amazing. Beautiful monster, phenomenally Lovecraftian in nature. And one of a kind as well, there's only this one, there are no others in the game. Tougher than most bosses in the game, it's got more health than most of them. Oh, it's going to do a physical attack. Yeah, got to be careful of that. Because it can eat you, it can eat you whole and you don't want that. What's it going to do? Lightning, good. As I say, if you've got ranged weaponry, you can just blat it from afar and it's quite easy. It follows a very particular principle that I think is even more true in Dark Souls 3, which is more intimidating than it looks. Or rather, not as intimidating as it looks. It's designed to freak you out because it's so big and it's so fast and its movements are so unpredictable and dramatic. But it's really not that hard. When you stop and watch and just take time to figure out what it's doing, it's not that hard. Right, let's see if we can get some pyromancers off on it, because I don't think it likes pyromancy if I remember correctly. No, pyromancy does well against it, and will continue to harm it when it's static like that as well, which is good. Ooh, it doesn't half make an unpleasant noise, I'll tell you that. Ugh. There are safe spots where you can stand where it will never hit you. It's nearly dead now. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh no, it is not happy. I think it's dead. Yep, down it goes. We get the lightning stake, which is one of Gwyn's magics. Very cool. Very cool, very aggressive, and very good against draconic enemies, as you'd imagine. For some reason, you know, in the lore, draconic enemies just don't like lightning. I've got a cup of tea, by the way. Righty-ho, that's that done. I don't think there's anything else we need to do on the Smouldering Lake now. I think that's it. So, should we go back to the Firelink and do some stuff? Or should we go to Irithyll now? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's go to Firelink and do some stuff, because we've got a lot of shit, actually. A lot of shit that needs doing. Upgraded our bonfire, that's brilliant.
Welcome up, speak. Very well, then touch taken.
A lot of souls that need a spending. Attunement is always good. Although it takes a lot of levels from this point on before you can get another spell slot. It takes a lot of levels of attunement. If you're going to go for that character, the attunement style character, this magic character essentially, you need to commit. You really need to commit to it.
Aha.
Aha. I've got souls to transpose, Miderio. Yeah, Chaos Bed Vestiges. Fantastic. That's the one we want. That's the one we want, because that is an amazing pyromancy. It's one of the strongest in the game. We'll come back and get it. We'll come back when we've got the souls. But that is going to be one, I'm telling you, because that one is magnificent. It is absolutely magnificent. It's going to become one of our standard spells, effectively. Right, okay. This area is really tough, and we were having difficulty with it before, but let's see what we can do, shall we? Let's see what we can do. Have you seen the ghosts? Those are the ghosts of the Outriders. You know the knights that we fought already? Vort and the Outrider knights, the ice sort of mutant knights? That they are the ghosts or the echoes of them before they became twisted and bestial as a result of Pontiff Sullivan's magic. We definitely don't want to be fighting two of these at once, that's for damn sure. They're so quick and they can kill you. They fight like Pontiff Sullivan does. When we meet Pontiff Sullivan, he will fight in a very similar fashion, and they can kill you in like one combo. They're very tough. I love the regalness of them, the fact that they look like kings. There's one of the Outrider Knights, look. We will see two of them together further up. These are interesting, these ashen creatures. There are these guys. You see the guy with the fiery stave? They are fire witches, apparently. Remnants are, I'd assume, that they are children of Irithyll. Or they are pyromancers that use the magic of Irithyll. I would assume that anyway. But what their relationship is to Sullivan, I don't really know. But they are tough. They've got some nasty spells. Look, they can cause these eruptions of flame underneath you, and that is not nice. Ow! It chucks you up in the air and does incredible damage. And they can keep doing it, that's the annoying thing. These creatures that follow them, I'd assume that they are people of Irithyll who have been burnt, who have been sort of tainted by the fire magic somehow and overtaken by it. I like the fact they don't die, they teleport out, that's kind of cool. They're not difficult on their own, but they can be really tough in a group like this. And some of them have got magic weapons look as well. Oh shit. There's another pyromancer. Great. Or fire witch as they're called. Yeah. Ah, God! It keeps chucking me up in the air. Okay, right. What we're going to have to do is take this out quickly and then move. Because it's on a plinth up there. It's on a... oh, a claymore. That's cool. The claymore's a great weapon. It's a great weapon, and indeed a great weapon. As in, a big weapon and a good weapon. Okay, yeah. This one's tough. Because it's in such a narrow little area. God, I love the design of them. They're really beautiful, aren't they? Elegant looking. And also now very dead. Yay! So what does the architecture here remind... Oh, we got the armour though. The Fire Witch armour's good. What does the architecture here remind you of? Uh-oh. Hmm? Anor Londo? Mm-hmm. There's a reason for that. Uh-oh. There is a reason for that, and it all shall be revealed. All shall be revealed. Alright, you evil swine, come on. Look at God, they are tough. They are really tough, these guys. They look all lanky, but they are tough. Gotcha! Oh, I love the way they fall. Okay, right. There, yeah, this is a tough area. There's another one of these guys. If you don't know he's there, we'll come up at you from behind and just kill you. And there's also an Evangelist of the Deep down here, a very particular one. This one is tougher than most and also has a spell on it that we need. This one here. Oh, listen. Ooh, she's making a noise. That's weird. That's really strange, isn't it? Okay, right. I'm going to open the door first. This is a shortcut, obviously. So if we die, it means we can come back here. Okay. Right, let's deal with you. Let us deal with you. I love the vocalizations on these things. It's incredible. Okay. Oh! Well, that went well. Oh well, I'm gonna get right back there because that gate opens near the bonfire, so it's fine. Okay, let's do that again, and we'll get. I think you get the Gnaw spell from them, if I remember correctly, from her, or maybe one of the tomes. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Let's have a look and see. Love the vocalizations. Right, let's do this a bit more cannily this time. Go. You find them everywhere, the Evangelists of the Deep. There we go, yes, lovely. I don't think that's a spell, I think that's a hymn actually. Very cool, okay. Now... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, one of those things has seen me. Oof. Oh, did you see him leap out of the way? That was very cool, wasn't it? Ooh, oh! Look how much stamina they've got. They just keep coming and coming and coming, these guys. They're ow. Well. This is going extraordinarily well, I've got to say. Irithyll, again, it's one of those areas where the difficulty of the game just leaps up by leaps and bounds. Wait until we get to the next part of Irithyll. You know that bit in Anor Londo in Dark Souls 1 with the archers? The bit that everybody unambiguously hates? Yeah. No comment. Right, I'm going to get my souls back. If nothing else. I think we just leave her alone, to be honest. I've got everything I need, so... Or should we kill her? Should we kill her? Yeah, I suppose we should kill her. Eat light magic. Oh, yeah, I can do magic too. Mine's better than yours, though. I mean, that's a nasty spell, and no mistake, but my pyromancy is way stronger. Oof, oof, oof. Bloody hell, and I get stopped by the damn tree. There we go. She's done bleeding damage to me, that's annoying. Oh god, not you again. Yep, that's you done. Excellent, okay, vengeance. Vengeance is mine. Okay, right, let's progress, shall we? It really is a case of learning how they move, learning their movesets and their paths, and then drawing them away one by one. Because you cannot fight them all at once. It's just not possible. Some of them will hold back and start flinging like human magics, abyssal magics at you like that. Gotcha. Oh yes. Secondary chaos magic attack. Wonderful. There's another one of the Outrider ghosts. I love the fact that this is what's become of the people of Irithyll, that they are either all malformed, insane beasts a la Bloodborne, or they are these ashen spectres. There's no in-between, there's nothing left. This is what Pontiff Sullivan has created, essentially. Bit of a bastard, Sullivan, to be honest. As close to an antagonist as this game gets, really. He is, he's the one who's orchestrated a lot of this. Like it's hinted, it's certainly suggested that he orchestrated the abdication of the Five Lords as a way of breaking the metaphysics that Gwyn set up. You know, the metaphysics of the cycles, the flame, all that kind of thing. And as a way of establishing his own kind of theocracy, I suppose, here in Irithyll. He's a bad dude, I suppose. I mean, he's, you know, that's a simplification. He's actually no worse than a lot of characters or creatures in this game. He's certainly no worse than Gwyn in the Old Gods. But he is kind of the antagonist. Even though he's not nowhere near the last boss, you know, nowhere near the last boss. There we go. Excellent. I mean, it's even suggested that he influenced the Princes Lothric from abdicating their own responsibilities. For tending the flame. That's another thing that you find in this game. Everyone's weary of it. Everyone is sick of the same old cycles of the metaphysics. Nobody cares about it anymore. They want it done. They want it over, you know? Right, I need these two to pass, because I don't really have the means of fighting them all at the moment. And then I can run by and activate the next bonfire. There we go. Should we try and take down the Fire Witch there? Or let's just go for the bonfire for now. Anything down here? Anything we need? It looks a bit like Yharnam, doesn't it, Irithyll? It's got... there's the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, who we haven't fought yet. The female the female knight, who is one of the latter bosses, and the one beside her is generally thought to be Vort of the Boreal Valley before he was transformed by Sullivan's magic. In the lore, Sullivan gives each of his Outrider Knights a ring that has a quantity of his own soul in it, and what it does is it transforms and distorts and corrupts them. It turns them into creatures like Vort and like the other Outrider Knights that we fought, you know, the ones that are all lizard-like and bestial. Oh, go away! Look, they keep coming, these guys. They're so difficult. They do not let up. Lots of secrets around here. Lots of areas where walls open up and areas you can fall off to get secret corpses with items on them and whatnot. Requires thorough exploration. This is where we need to be. I think this is where we encounter Henri next, if I remember correctly. Henri of Astora? I believe she's just through there. This is ominous looking, isn't it? Something going to leap out of the shadows or something. No, interesting. Looks like something should. Okay, here we are. Now this is weird. You see that statue in the corner there? That's actually a creature. It's sent by... oh, hello.
Good to see you.
Hi.
I never managed to find Horace.
No, you
But
probably
my
won't.
duty must be done, even alone. As an unkindled Lord Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
For the children I knew, bless their souls.
Yes, the ones who were devoured by Aldrich, I
We all
know.
have our reasons, don't we?
I suppose we do.
Please, take this. Recompense for my foolish request.
Oh,
And
what are you
also
going to give
token
me?
of protection. May the flames guide your way.
Ooh. Oh, Ring of the Evil Eye. That's Pontiff Sullivan's ring.
You are brave indeed. To face your duty alone.
Oh, not really.
I would do well to learn from you.
Nihilistic, I think, is closer to the
May
mark,
flames
to be
guide
honest.
your way.
Excellent. Quiet resolve.
Ah.
That's a gesture. Blah, 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 blah.
I would
I want to
be
exhaust her option so she moves on. That statue in the left-hand corner there is actually a creature. It's a shapeshifter that's been sent to guide and protect Henri there along a particular path. And if you kill it, which I did the first time I played, it breaks that path and it seals off a particular story arc for Henri. You can send her down different paths here by either killing that thing or letting it live. I'm going to let it live because I want a particular story arc for Henri, quite a good one actually. Okay. Yay! We've got enough for a level up, I think.
Then touch taken up.
Blah 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 blah. Intelligence always good, especially for spellcasters. We want intelligence and faith to be quite high for our pyromancies.
Ow.
Have I got any? Nope, I haven't got any ash for you.
Just good.
Grr. Nope, no Estus shards. Can you reinforce Volmir's blade? That'd be good if you could. Nope, I don't think you can. Nope. Oh well. Pretty! Right, any more pyromancies to buy? Let's have a look. Blah, blah, blah. Can I reinforce my pyromancy flame? Nope, not yet. Chaos bed vestiges, that's good. Chaos storm, that's very nice. That's very nice. Chaos storm is a very good spell. Requires 2 slots though, so it's kind of...
Oh, then we're both safe and sound.
Yay!
Thank the gods for that. I don't like getting things so close. I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar onion knight.
Yeah, interesting, eh?
In the end, it all paid off.
Now, a lot of
Take a
people
good look.
speculate
There should
as to
be
who
some
that
use.
Onion Knight is. I mean, the obvious thought would be that it's Siegfried or Sigmire, right? However, not necessarily.
Goodbye,
Who
modest
stole Siegfried's armor? Do you remember? It was Patches, wasn't it? And Patches has already mentioned that he rather gets on with Grey Rat and he owes him one. I'm
Oh,
wondering
and
whether it was Patches who saved him from Irithyll.
you can keep the ring as...
Thank you very much. Yeah, if you kill that creature, it ends Uria's association with you. She basically takes against you. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, she wants us to marry Henri, which is what we're actually going to do. That is the path we're going to take with Henri. It's a weird one. A marriage in this world means something very, very different, as you can imagine. It doesn't exactly involve the exchange of rings and whatnot in quite the same way as it does in our own world. Okay, so I've got my Great Chaos Fire Orb and I've got my Fire Orb. Both of which are pretty good. So, I mean, they're great missile weapons, so... we're okay at the moment. We're not too bad at the moment. I mean, I would like to use the Chaos Flame down there, but that requires 2 slots, so... I think everything, all the bigger spells, the nastier spells, they do come at a premium, unfortunately. That said, the pyromancies now, I mean, as you upgrade, are devastating later on. They're really damn powerful. Church of Yorshka, that's where we're going. And that will allow us to progress through to the next part of Irithyll. Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. There's a lot of areas you can go from here, actually. Yes, excellent. I think Henri has moved on now, which is nice. The statue's still... that statue has moved as well. If you look, it's not there in the corner anymore. Which is kind of cool. Right, E-ho! This tomb over here. It's very, very sinister and cool, isn't it? And there's this area up here. You actually drop back through to this area from an area later on, essentially. Yeah, I don't think there are any secret ways. You drop down into this area from an area later on, if I remember correctly. I do believe that's the case anyway. But it's going to be a little while before we do that. Yeah, we're quite near the profaned capital now, where Yorm the Giant presides. That's a very cool area. Lots going on there. Right, there's stuff to find around here too, actually. There's a lot of items around here. Lots of good items around here. Gotta be quite careful, though. Because there are also a lot of very nasty enemies, including these fire witches. Hello! I mean, she can't... I don't think she's noticed me yet, so... Well, she definitely hasn't, because if she had, she'd be doing her pyromancy at me, which she's not, which is good. There's another one over there, look, bloody hell. There's a lot of them around here. So, what have you got? Yeah. God, that does a lot of damage to you. Excellent. Another good place to level up. Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. Lots of high level enemies, give you lots of souls. Oh, they're off on their procession. Yeah, there's like a whole procession of monsters that wends their way through the streets of Irithyll. And if you just let them do it, they abandon areas and then you can go in and nick everything. Ow! Ah! Oh, I almost got that off as well. That would have basically killed him. Oh, mistake. There you go. Oh, look. Yeah, these guys get the ability to become invisible later on, which is really tough. You can only see their eyes hanging in the air, so you've got to be really careful. Hello, interesting. Very big throne. Don't know who that's for. Hello. Didn't that just look suspicious? Magic clutch ring. Can't remember what that does. Is it worth falling? Let's have a look. Anything down here? What does the magic clutch ring do? Anything good? Increases magic attack but compromises damage absorption. Good. It's sort of a It's has benefits and deficits, you know? It's balanced. It's alright. It's okay. Better for sorcerers than pyromancers, really. I mean, we're getting to the point now where we can use the really devastating sorceries and pyromancers. We're reaching that point. And you can get rather overpowered if you keep your stats going up with magics. You can get... I mean, later on I'm definitely going to be using a combination of pyromancies and sorceries to take out some of the nastier enemies later on from a distance. Oh yeah, can't go through there yet, can we? Goddamn. I bet it says like thrust butthole or something. I guarantee you that's what that says. Okay, I love the ethos of this area, the wintry quality of it. Really beautiful, really beautiful. And this sense of it being a civilization that's come to an end. Oh, hello, there's a summon here. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd need a summon here, to be honest. There aren't many bosses nearby or anything like that. Interesting, though. Now we need to start being careful. Enemies, there are... Oh, roster of knights. Okay, not that useful. That's a multiplayer thing. Now, in this graveyard, there are invisible enemies. Yeah, so you need to be really careful. You need to watch out for the eyes, basically. Is there one there? Yep. There's one. You need to watch for the eyes glittering in the air. Okay. Otherwise they will blat you. Fading soul. There's one. It's an old Dark Souls trick, that is. You remember in Dark Souls 2 there's an entire wood that's filled with invisible enemies, and they don't even have like the eyes floating in the air. They're just invisible. It's evil. It's a vile thing to do, that is. Ooh, yes, don't let that one get off, because it's got the red eye. Under Bone Shard, yay! Another way of upgrading our bonfire. That's always brilliant. You need, really, I mean, to stand a chance against some of the nastier enemies later on, you need all the undead bone shards in the game. And all the Estus shards as well. And some of them are surprisingly tricky to find in this game as well. Ah, you see it? You see it floating in the air? Look, the eyes? That's one of the invisible bastards. Another example of Pontiff Sullivan's work here. These creatures are human beings that have been twisted into the rough approximations of dogs or of wolves. Look. Very, very Bloodborne once again, yeah? Got to be careful, there's lots of them down here. They're not so bad on their own, but when there's a lot of them, they can kill you really quickly. You need to be very careful. Ah, there's another one. They're like flayed dog creatures, like, oof, really unpleasant. Rusted gold coin? Ooh, don't know what it does, if anything. It's so Yharnam, this area, isn't it? Now we're going to go deep into the depths. Oh, yes, this area. There are tons of the invisible ones in this darkness, and you need to know like what their look at them. There's loads of them, absolutely tons of them. It's quite intimidating, especially in the dark. Some of them are wizards as well. They can actually like fire sorceries off at you, which is a real pain. Some of them slink along the ground. Some of them scrabble in this horrible spidery way. They're very unpleasant creatures, these ones. The lost souls of Irithyll. Not much left of them, really. I died so much in this area when I first found it because they're not that hard in and of themselves. but they gang up on you very quickly, and suddenly you're just like surrounded by them, like here. Absolutely surrounded, and then they just gank you. Completely gank you. They can also vomit. They vomit like a sort of ashen filth at you. Chaos Pyromancy, amazing, because it's got such good area of effect. There we go. God, there's so many of them here. And it is best to kill them all, otherwise they come up behind you and that's it, you're done. Hello! I love the way they're sort of slinking in the dark. I think that's really cool. Oh dear. Some of them are more aggressive than others. Like that one's very aggressive, obviously. What's he giving me? Ow, thank you. There's that one. There, nothing that amazing, really. It's like a sort of storehouse of some description. Ooh, one of them just fell. Ugh. They're completely wretched, these creatures. It's like there's almost nothing left of them but shadows. Again, that wonderful sense of pathos that you get from the monsters in these games. Which is backed up by their vocalizations, of course, which are all elegiac. They're all mournful. Okay, up we go. Right, we've got to go across the rafters, and there are a couple of them up here. As you can imagine, fighting them here, not the best, really. Alright, you swine. Come on. There we go, that'll do for that one. Excellent. Okay. And what's out here? Anything good? Just to finish. Yeah, let's have a look. Yes, I think that's the way you get out. I'm just gonna fully explore here. Ah, there's another one there. Hey. Well, may as well clear the whole place out, eh? It's very easy to fall here. Very easy to get knocked off or to get carried off by the impetus of your own weapon, which you don't really want. Okay, is that everything? Is that everything here? I think it might be, you know. So much of it's shrouded in utter darkness. Yep, I think that might be it. No secret doors or anything. Nope. Well, my loves, that was a fun jaunt into the depths of Irithyll, was it not? When we come back, we'll explore deeper and maybe even discover what the relationship is between this place and Anor Londo. Until then, my dears, bye.